wanted to get to campus reform. You know, they go out to different campuses. This was in Florida, talking about 9/11.
Yep.
Because it's been brought up many times on this 20-year anniversary tomorrow. Well, boy, you're in college now. Do you remember this? Did you learn about it in school? What did you learn? So we pick up the host asking the questions, and this is how the first part goes.
Did you learn a lot about 9/11 growing up in the classroom?
Not in the classroom, but on my own. I kind of did my own little research thing.
No, I did not.
I'd say we learned a moderate amount. They showed us the videos, the basics.
I didn't learn super specifics about it.
I had a whole unit where it was 2 months worth of learning about it, which was a little strange.
Okay. Try to go back, Mr. Robbins, 20 years.
Yep.
And someone tells you, over the next 20 years, kids growing up, not going to learn a whole lot about this in school. What would you have thought?
Well, that's insane. Of course they will. We learned about Pearl Harbor.
Yes.
We learned about World War II. We learned about Vietnam. I learned about all those things when I was in school. Of course it's being taught. It's part of our history. Yes.
And it changed. Well, even for these people that are now in college, their lives were changed forever. They just didn't know it because it's all they've ever known. It's a massive event in the history of this country.
Yes.
It's not taught.
I know, it's incredible. Well, the Islamophobia group.
I understand. But isn't understanding the world we live in and what people believe, shouldn't that be part of education?
Thousands of Americans died one day at the hands of terrorists. Yes, this should be taught. Yes.
Of course it should.
It's amazing that that many kids now are going, I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. I had to learn on my own. What?
So then the next question for the college students, what should we avoid talking about when talking about, 9/11?
Oh, here we go.
When talking about 9/11, what do you think we should avoid?
I think we should avoid a lot of more gruesome facts.
Avoid talking about its roots in Islam because that was an extremist group.
Yes. Yes, it was. Bingo. But if they're extremist groups, we don't talk about them?
What does that mean? You would think, right?
Yeah.
Because this is what we're told all the time. Okay, as far as that religion, this is a small amount of people. All right. Wouldn't you want to educate people on that part of it?
Well, I would, so they wouldn't grow up hating everyone who practices that religion. There's a small group of people that are responsible for this, yes.
Right. And why do they have a different belief in that religion than other people that practice that faith?
And the thing is, they have their own country now. They didn't have it then.
Oh, the Taliban.
Right. Yeah, they have their own country now.
Yes, they do.
ISIS, Taliban, sure.
But it would seem that with everything going on right now, this is more relevant than ever.
Oh,
for these
I would
particular
agree.
students.
Absolutely would agree. Yes, 100% agree.
But again, what should we avoid talking about with 9/11?
I think that the 9/11 attack should be taught in a way that doesn't really target more who did it, but more how we can move forward and different healing processes that we can go through to make everything good again.
Okay. Let's take that genius's statement.
Oh, jeez.
And Scott, I want you to, on the spot, give me the curriculum for what he just said. Not so much who did it, but how we can move forward so everything could be good again. What would that look like?
My guess is if we're not going to talk about who did it, who's responsible for what happened.
Or why.
The reason is we don't want to offend the sensibilities of terrorists.
But, more focus on how to move forward. How do we do that?
By ignoring it, I guess.
That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. Of course it doesn't work.
Nonsensical.
It's stupid.
More answers.
So you don't think it's important to know who was responsible?
No.
I do think it's important to know who's responsible, but I also think it should be noted that, their religion is not the only thing.
Avoiding kind of...
What is it?
Religion is not the only thing.
What was it then?
What, lost a bet? Bad marriage? I don't want... What are we talking about? Jeez. That's the only thing.
There's more.
Avoiding kind of placing blame, because when you get to the more specific
factors that were at play, it kind of opens the opportunity for things like Islamophobia and ideas of American exceptionalism.
Can't have that.
American exceptionalism. We cannot teach American exceptionalism. You're not exceptional just because you're an American.
No.
You arrogant pieces of garbage. Gosh dang. This is infuriating.
It truly is incredible. And if anyone wants to say, hey, people talk about indoctrination, that's just a load. Okay, that's nonsense. That's indoctrination, man.
Yes.
I mean, there's no critical thinking going on at all.
None.
That's insanity. Oh, sorry. But there's one more clip to play.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Because that really hit a nerve with you that
Yes.
should not teach
Shouldn't
exceptionalism.
teach it. No exceptionalism. Not in this country. The man is keeping you down.
Wait till you hear what the students here in Florida think about that exceptionalism. Roll it.
We should avoid talking about American exceptionalism. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. We definitely should, because we don't need more nationalism in this country. We need more healthcare. I don't know. I think they should
Nationalized healthcare. What is wrong with you? Gosh dang.
Children are our future.
We need healthcare, but I don't want nationalism.
I think they should focus on America's faults, not
let's
how
do that.
amazing we are and how we need to be superior, because we're not.
I do agree with that. Had they gone in greater depth, it would have been extremely Americanized in terms of propagating this idea that our nation is the best no matter what. I would agree that should be avoided.
Yeah.
Who's better? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, exactly.
You're throwing thousands of dollars away on an education that's probably not going to be a good investment. Where do you want to go?
I definitely think that American exceptionalism is really prevalent in history lessons specifically. We skip over a lot of terrible things that this country has done in an effort to show ourselves as somehow better than another power.
So, okay, as the two older dudes on this show,
Yeah.
okay, going to, grade school, 70s, 80s, were you ever taught that everything we did was great?
No.
You were taught about slavery.
Yeah.
Of course.
I was
Taught about faults and all.
indigenous people and how
And
we
yes.
slaughtered them to take their land from them. Yes, I learned that. Yes.
I don't know where this narrative is coming from. I don't understand it.
So I don't agree with the idea of American exceptionalism. It's rooted in a lot of
Oh,
colonialist and imperialist notions
this
of
guy, just take him out
how
now.
we should treat other people. I feel
He's got a job with the Biden administration coming very soon. Gosh dang.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. We're staying too long on that.
These guys, it makes me crazy.
I know.
And again, all I'd have to say to him is, all of those people that are rushing into El Salvador from America, jumping over the borders, crashing it. Big semi trucks full of hordes of people wanting to get into Colombia. Shut up!
By the way, there's more that we could get to later. This is not related, but in my mind, maybe that having too much free time may be bad for you.
Yeah, could be.
You have a lack of productivity and purpose when you have way too much free time. They found this out in studies, and I'm thinking about these particular people in this interview. Really, you should get educated. I mean that. I'm not talking about going to university and being brainwashed.
Yeah.
You should really be educated in the world and how it works and what is going on. Because you're clueless. I mean, it's frightening.
Is it?
How clueless they are. Oh, you're going to tell me it's not frightening how clueless they are?
No, they're clueless.
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh.
I don't even know what you do. I don't even know where to start. That's too big of a problem for me.
All right. More on the indoctrination of vaccine next. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp is out. More on him later. There's Scott Robbins.
Yes, that's me.
Okay.